Austin. So very excited to see everyone here. We're going to go ahead and get started because we've got a bunch of announcements and we want to make sure we get to Tom. Welcome. Will help. Thanks. So as we've been starting, we want to make sure that we are conducting ourselves in a TCPA friendly way and friendly manner. We are not calling people on a do not call list, whether it's national, whether it's local, whether it be the market center. Our belief system, Y4C2Ts, we talk about our mission moments and our bucket fills every time we start. I'm going to ask for a couple of those in just a moment. In fact, I'll go ahead and ask for them now. Let's go ahead. Let's start with 2 or 3 of them. Who's got something? Something positive. Start us off. Going once, going twice. All right, cool. Then I will start. So you all received an email yesterday. So some changes going on here in Tampa Properties. You may have already seen her this morning, but I just wanted to kind of announce that and put something to it. We've not had a full staff here for a while, so we're making some changes in the hopes of, again, providing the value that we want to make sure that all of our agents need and deserve. And that being said, there's going to be some changes. I'm still going to be TL here. I'm not going anywhere. I received a couple calls yesterday. The difference is Madison Ford, who is the team leader over in Largo, our Bel Air office portfolio collections, is now going to be, so she's earned the right to a higher position. That would be the executive team leader. So what that's going to be is she's still going to be team leader over in Largo. I'm going to be team leader here. She's going to be the executive team leader over both market centers. Okay, so we're going to be working a lot hand in hand here. So she's going to be taking over a lot of things. Team meetings kind of being one of them. We talked about it, and we might do some kind of bouncing things back and forth just to have that kind of live banter and some humor and everything else incorporated. She's going to be doing consulting with top 20 agents. She'll be doing recruiting as well. I'll be doing recruiting as well. I'm going to be working with new agents at a high level to get those non-cappers to be cappers and people into production, period. So there's going to be a lot more coming. I know Aubrey has sent out the email yesterday, and I don't know if you noticed there was a typo. He said on March 29th, save the date. Don't save that date. Save March 19th. So March 19th is the date that Aubrey will be here presenting Chartmasters. That is the day that he wants to save the date when he's going to be here with Madison. He'll be interviewing Madison. You'll have the opportunity to ask any questions if you've not met her or know her personally as of okay? She may step in here. I know she's with an agent right now. She may step in, she may not, but I wanted to at least put that out there just to kind of clarify a couple things. But it's an exciting thing, it's a great thing, and I think it's really going to move this market center forward in the direction that it really needs to be. So I'm excited for her to be here. Her and I work, hand in hand already, so I think our work relationship will really just shine here. But now I got to go back because nobody shared anything. So tell me something from you now. Yes, ma'am, Julia.
I wanted to thank you. I thought about last week and I forgot to thank you for taking the lockbox and sign for me to that listing. And I was like, I did it, and I was like, oh, you had just done that. I forgot. So
no problem.
Thank you. You help us so much.
Absolutely welcome. It's 4 minutes from my house and definitely further from yours, so that works out. You're welcome, Julia. Honey.
I wanted to thank Osmarie, Melissa, Tom, Raina for being awesome Kickstart co-hosts, and I welcome all of the agents in this room and any people being agents to join us at 8:30 every weekday morning. You can have sold no houses before, you can have sold 1 million houses before. We always talk about something helpful and useful, and we welcome you to join us. And you can find us on the Facebook page with the links. And on the calendar.
On the calendar.
Here we go.
Very good point. And I wanted to ask something there. So if I was a new agent or an agent that's new to our group, am I going to be uncomfortable? Am I going to be forced to answer questions? Am I going to be put on the spot? What does that feel like?
Osmarie can answer that. Do we put people on the spot?
Yeah, no, not at all. You can just hop on, listen, get some good nuggets. If you have any questions, you can ask them. So you can get as involved as you want and or just sit back as much as you want, but you always get something from it because all the conversations are so different and all that. So
yeah,
stuff.
It's structured, but it's useful. It's a great use of your time. Some people listen to it on live afterwards, on Facebook Live. The time doesn't work, but it's a free value add that we offer to agents, and it's hosted by agents for agents.
Love that.
And also I would just add that, a lot of us, obviously, we want to be close to the top agents and learn from them. And that's an opportunity where consistently 5 to 7 top agents are on there, top level answering questions and own city. So that's a good way to, chat with them and ask them anything you want to ask.
Yeah, sense of community.
Yeah, surround yourself with greatness, I would say, right? And that's a good opportunity to do so. Thanks, Simon, appreciate that. Anything else? All right, let's keep on moving. Team meeting schedule. So we do have all of March. Obviously today we have with Tom O'Brien, going to be doing listing appointment. Moving forward, next week we do have Cheryl Kofa that will be coming in. Cheryl is a licensed appraiser, if you don't know that. So she's going to be discussing with us, making sure that we're pricing those properties right, especially moving the market that we're in currently. March 19th, that is the one we definitely want to save that date as well. Aubrey will be here leveraging Chartmaster's reports. So looking at inventory, looking at local trends, getting some insight into the market so that you can have those impactful conversations with your buyers and or sellers. He will also be with Madison that day here, so he'll be interviewing her. You'll have the opportunity to ask some questions as well. And then on the 26th, we'll be wrapping up the month with Miss Kimberly Horn, and she'll be doing the Success Path, which is training that she started working on. Dry Event Superheroes. If you have not met Pamela Bush yet, she is one of our preferred vendors. She's passionate. She's a little spitfire. She's always going. She works the crowd. You may know about these things. You may not. I think she can definitely offer some information. This is taking place tomorrow at 11 a.m. So if you can be here, that'd be great. She's awesome. I know she passes out information. She typically has some discount cards or things like that that you can offer to clients. So good stuff. I learned some things from her that, I thought I knew it as far as cleaning out your dry events as well, but she has some more information and stories that she could share as well. Our first quarter one event. So remember, we're doing 4 quarterly events. They are all planned already. First one being March 14th, 11 to 2. It's going to be in the back parking lot, very similar to last year, kind of replicating the same thing. Better weather, better planned, not coming off 2 cancellations from hurricanes. It's going to be very, very similar. So we're going to have some giveaways. We'll have some fun. There's going to be the car show. We'll have bounce houses in case any of your clients or friends are bringing kids or you're bringing kids yourself. And then Amerispec and the boys from Georgia are coming down with barbecue, so they will be set up with a bunch of food for us as well. So hopefully everyone's there. Not sure if you've registered. If you've not, there's the QR code. Amber Lee has so gracefully put the marketing kit. It's all there for you, folks. Get it registered, get your clients registered, and we're looking to see everyone there. 3-part Financial Mastery Series. This is with Melissa DeMaria, and basically just treating your business like a business. Be the CEO of your business. Some tax strategies, profit goals, right? Building that life by design. Top Agent Awards. This is another one. Definitely save the date. I don't even know what information is there yet. Right now, we're still waiting on information from...
It's the date that you have saved.
That's it. Save that date.
And it's going to be a good time. It'll be at Ruth Eckerd, so it'll be a nice venue. This is essentially our inspirational awards dinner as well as our 2025 production celebration. So in addition to having celebration of your production and the things that you did last year, which we always love to do, we will also have 2 very special guest speakers who will have some great uplifting stories that they can share. It'll be a nice evening. So registration links should be coming out tomorrow or Monday, so look for that. We do have a limit on seating. Remember, this is open to all 3 market centers. So if you do intend to come, register quickly so that we can guarantee you have a spot. There will be food and beverage as well.
Career Visioning, we have Mark Olish will be teaching Career Visioning here in our Market Center Wednesday, April 29th. If you've not taken this, even if you have taken this, it's always a good idea to take again. I have taken it once with Mark Olish. He does a great job, obviously. So leveraging your best talents, your strengths, or if you are a team and looking to hire somebody for your team, just making sure that you're going through the CV process and hiring the people that have the talent and the skills that you're looking for whatever position that may be. Okay, without further ado, we do have Mr. Tom O'Brien, and he's going to come on up and he's going to help us out with some listing consultation. I've spoken with several agents, and it's so funny because, people are like, this, that, and I asked, what would you like to see? And people say, sometimes we got to take it back to the basics. Sometimes we got to slow down and speed up. So Tom does a great job. Tom, come on down. Let's go.
My buddy Adam let it slip that he was one of the ones who volunteered me today. So he's going to be probably my client today. He's going to be a seller today.
you like me to set up tables for you, or you're hanging?
Go ahead.
You're welcome.
So this is gonna be interactive, okay? I don't pretend to know everything about listing presentations. I've done it a few times, but there's definitely agents in this room that have done it twice, 3 times more than me. There's probably some agents in this room that might not have ever done it, and I know my first time was incredibly intimidating. Who has never done one? Let's just start out with that. Okay, we got 2 right here. I remember the first time I did it by my own, by myself, and it was just incredibly nerve-wracking. I didn't know the contract as well. I was worried about what's going to happen. Funny thing, I worked with Rick Boswell. He went on his first one, and we got to the end of the presentation, and the client says, "Okay, yeah, well, I'll sign. Are we supposed to sign something?" And Rick's like, "Oh, I don't have any paperwork." So it happens to all of us, and Rick's been doing this now very successfully for about 8 years. So you're going to go through all the emotions, number one, whether you're a brand new agent, and if you're a seasoned agent, we talked about the call this morning too. I've been doing this for probably 4 years full time now, and I pick something up off of that call every morning, whether it's a little tweak, just something to say differently, or just giving it, looking at it from a different perspective. So this morning I wanted to.
Okay, all right.
I appreciate the support. I'll call you. I'm gonna knock on the door. So I'll ask a very simple question, but it might not be so simple, depends on how you're coming at it. When I go on the listing appointment and I knock on Adam's door, what is my goal of that appointment? Anyone? To get the listing,
Find out if you want the listing.
find out if I want the listing, okay? Yeah. Their motivation, okay?
Build some rapport and trust.
Yep, all those things, those are all great answers. I would ask a second question. Are you there as a transaction broker, or are you there as a single agent? Who's a transaction broker and operates their business?
We're single agents.
Okay. Is everybody running their business as a single agent? Okay. What are the duties of a single agent? What's the most important duty of a single agent?
Confidentiality.
Confidentiality, okay. What else? Honesty, yeah. Fiduciary. With an F?
Fiduciary.
Fiduciary. What does fiduciary mean? You're acting in whose best interest?
The seller.
The seller. So how I like to think about that appointment is if I get a listing out of that appointment, well, that's awesome, okay? That's a great outcome. But my first and my primary goal is to be that client's fiduciary, to make sure that selling the home is one of the options that we talk about, and that they make the decision that that's the path and the right option for them. Okay? So when you go in, you're going to be asking some different questions. Have they ever thought about renting the property? I don't know. I have rental properties. I love when my clients or all of you guys you start building your rental portfolio. There's nothing easier to start building it is with either a VA loan or a 3.5 down FHA, and then you're going to move on to your next house. That's huge. It definitely beats trying to buy a rental property with 20% down after the fact. So a lot of people, it's a great strategy. Just keep the first one and just buy every year or two, whatever it is. But it's, as Adam is here, my goal is to uncover what his motivations are, how I can help, and what his options are. And if listing is the right option, then that's what we're going to do. Think about it this way too. If I go through that and I make sure his priorities are at the center of my attention, is he going to feel comfortable recommending me to his family and friends? The best outcome of that interaction might be that he doesn't list with me. If it's going to mean 10 pieces of business in the future. So, long story short, keep your client, be the fiduciary, keep their needs in mind, your business will be there, whether it's through that listing or great recommendations and Google reviews, whatever it might be. You never know. Let's grab a chair. We'll just throw this up here. Let's sit across the literal table here. Any of you that have done listings and do listings frequently, do you send out a pre-listing packet? Anybody in the room? There's one, two, only two.
I'll send out an agenda and then bring the packet with me.
Okay, good. So whatever way you want to run your business, you can. So how does the agenda help your conversation when you arrive to home?
It makes it structured, it helps it flow smoothly. It helps me remember what I'm supposed to say, what topics I'm supposed to, in case I get nervous.
It's your personal cheat sheet, right?
Yeah, if I lose track of where I'm at, I can always go back to that sheet and get back on track.
Yeah, especially for new agents, use the tools, don't worry about it. And experienced agents, I might forget what a step. Not if I have a checklist and I'm just going through it, it's my cheat sheet. And you know what? I think the clients know what to expect, first of all, which is awesome. And then you can continue that flow, which is fantastic. So we're going to make the assumption that I've already knocked on the door. Adam has invited me in. He's offered me something to drink. I have said yes. Always say yes. Well, it depends if it's whiskey, I don't know. But generally, it's going to be water or soda or coffee. Just say yes, okay? That's them showing them you hospitality, and you don't want to say no to them, okay? You want to bring cookies or something like that, that's always a great strategy because you're showing hospitality, you're giving them something too. We've already walked through the house. We've talked about the different rooms of the house, ages of some different mechanicals. I have stopped and pointed out either a picture or a feature wall or something in the house where I can ask more questions and continue to build that rapport. Let's just say I saw Adam and his family at the Grand Canyon, and I'm gonna have a conversation about that because I've been there also. So just another thing to connect us. So as we sit down, so this is my listing presentation personally. If anybody wants it, feel free. Newer agents, I can tell you I probably spent about 10 minutes on this because I joined the team. The team leader had a presentation. I erased his name and I put mine. Okay? I've done little tweaks here and there, but keep it simple. Okay? This is not the amount of time I spend on this is very, very little. They don't need to hear about me, I need to hear about them because I'm there to serve them.
What format is that in?
That is in PowerPoint.
Okay.
Yep, so it's super easy. What I bring to the house, no matter who you're sitting down with, it could be a sign call, could be some lead you got someplace, could be your next door neighbor or a family member, prepare the same. Prepare the same every time, bring all your tools, because the worst case scenario is you walking in thinking you got it, and they've got some questions. And they want to see the data. You got to bring the receipts, you do it with everybody, keep it consistent, and especially with family and friends, because they've got an impression of you, and you're going to blow them out of the water with the true reality of what professional you are. But prepare the same, bring everybody the same stuff. So what I have in here is I have my listing consultation. One of the things I will say with Adam is that if you're having trouble sleeping at night, there you go. That will put you right to sleep. And there's some other things in here that I'll share. I've got comps. I have in the comps is chart masters to their county. Very important. Got my listing agreement and all the other paperwork. I just printed that out right now. Then I've got my seller net sheet. I've got a business card. One additional thing that I always do, this is on a magnet, my business card. Every house I buy or sell, it goes on the electrical box. Not on the refrigerator, but I put on the electrical box with all the other stickers and whatever. Generally, that's not getting taken down. That'll probably be here 15 years from now. So, all right. down and we've walked through the house. You've shown me everything that you've got, which is great. So I'm going to go through real quick just a little bit about us. I've been doing this. How I started in real estate, I started backwards. Usually people will start as an agent.
Yes.
I started in investment. So I started that in 2017. At the time, I was a regional director for a company up in the Midwest. Came back to Florida. And then in 2021, I decided to go full-time in real estate. So currently, these are all our team members.
Big team.
Yep, actually, yep. My wife is actually the assistant on the team, so she helps us out as well. We're actually the number 3 group in unit volume under there. So here's a little bit about me as well. Here's some of the, going quite fast. Here's some of the businesses and things that we're associated with and some of the certifications that I have to better serve you. And realistically, our goal is to sell your property for top dollar by negotiating you the best price with the least amount of hassle. How does that sound?
I like it.
Okay.
What number do you think?
What number do I think? We're going to get to
Okay.
that. I have a number in mind, but it's very important for me since it's your house.
Okay.
I'm going to show you the data, and you're going to give me the number you think as well.
Okay.
And then we'll come to it. Everybody's a single agent in here. This is one of the most important slides in my presentation. It's one of the ways that I will show people, and we'll have a conversation about the differences. So, Adam, how long ago did you buy the house?
4 years ago.
4 years ago. Do you remember by chance if your agent was a transaction broker or a single agent?
I'm not sure of that.
Okay. Most people don't. You're not any different from 99% of the folks I talk to. I'll take a guess that that person was a single agent if they didn't bring it up because that's the default in the state.
Okay.
You get to choose how you would like to be represented. There's no relationship where you've got these 3 things that are consistent across the transaction broker and the single agent. I operate as a single agent. And the biggest difference between the transaction broker and the single agent that I can very succinctly say is that the transaction broker is loyal to the transaction and not you. As a single agent, you have my full loyalty, and I have to act as your fiduciary, so everything I'm doing is within your best interest. So would you rather me be loyal to you or the transaction?
To me,
Absolutely. It just makes complete sense. And I sleep very well at night because everything I know, I've got to tell you as well.
okay.
So it makes it super simple. So we've got different marketing things in here. Generally, I'm not going to go through this stuff. It's there when I need it. And if that person wants the details and they want to see some additional stuff, it's there. But I'm rarely doing that. So here's some of the professional pictures. Most people are going to take professional pictures, I hope. Although I can show you some online taken with somebody's Kodak camera.
Okay.
It's awful, but you can see the difference between something that's not professional and professional. Your home is going how you've got it staged and how it looks. It's going to show up very, very well in the photos.
And do I have to pay for that?
That's something that's within my professional fee is all encompassing for that. So, yep, my guide's typically between $450 to $500. We do not only the walkthrough, we do a floor plan, which not enough people do out there. It helps the buyer visualize your house and where to put furniture and stuff. We'll do a drone, and then we'll do photos inside it. So the complete package and it's fantastic.
And you could take a house at the community clubhouse and everything.
Absolutely. Is there anything else important to you that we photo?
Not really.
No? Okay. We got it covered. So once we go live and we're on the MLS, that will connect it to over 350 additional sites where people can locate your house. I've only been to probably about 7 of those places. So the additional thing that we do is that we track where we have something called list track. There we go. So I can see where people are looking at your house from. And part of our marketing plan will be to not only review that information and share it with you, but when we see a spike of maybe there's a snowstorm up in the Northeast, and you have people in New York looking, and they're on Long Island, and they're like, get me the hell out of here. So we can see that, and I can send targeted Facebook ads to that zip code where these people live.
Wow.
So it's kind of like if you're just hanging a banner or showing a cruise commercial on their phone or something like that when they're scrolling.
Yeah.
So it's very, very targeted, and I think that works very well also. So we will do open houses if that's what you would like us to do. Do you have any input on whether you think you'd like to do an open house or not?
I'm open to it. I just
Okay.
get a lot of neighbors that come by. I never really get any serious buyers or feedback from them.
Okay.
It would be effective if we did it.
Do you think it's beneficial if the neighbors come by?
They're mostly nosy neighbors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we do see that a lot, I mean, very transparently, we see that a lot, but, how about if we, invite them over proactively, number one, and number two, we kind of hit them with some sort of a tagline of, hey, choose your neighbor, could be family, friends, or.
Yeah, I just don't want to waste my time. You know, it's a lot packing up my house for 4 hours a day over the weekend.
Yeah.
So I just don't want to waste time if it's not going to work. Do you think this is something effective?
It can go either way. It's one of those things where, the more eyeballs on your house, if that's people through or online, every one of them is like a scratch-off lottery ticket. You just simply never know who it's gonna be. It could be the neighbor, could be the neighbor's family or friends, could be somebody random that saw our signs or our advertisements, come to do it.
Okay.
So really, I just want to put you in the best position. If you don't want to do it, it's perfectly fine as well. But again, your house, you get to make a lot, you make a lot of decisions today, okay? But again, if it's a total inconvenience, you don't have to do it. If you'd like to try one, see how it goes, and give you the feedback, we can take it step by step as well. Okay? We're driving the ship here, it's your home. Okay with that? Not for long, we're going to get something. So we've got a summary of our marketing plan here. I typically don't go through everything here. People love graphics. If you think about how people learn, some are auditory, some are visual, some are kinesthetic, they learn by doing. The more you can hit all three, the better. So minimally, I would say you show them a graphic, you can walk through the graphic. This graphic, it looks great. Anybody know who created this? No? Neither do I just found it online, copied and pasted. Give them credit, right? They did a great job. You don't have to do it all yourself. Somebody's already invented the wheel. Go grab that wheel, make it spin faster, all right? This is one of my favorite slides here. This is somebody, actually used to know who had this one because they showed it in the presentation, and grab that one too. So as we start talking, before we get into the data, and we talk about what you think your home is worth by looking at others that have sold and their competition, this is one of the most important things here. So you can see the fishermen, I like the fishermen well. I think you do also, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so we're in the same boat here. So first, the number one here, there's no fish there. Okay. Do you think they're priced correctly or priced over what they should be? If we're relating this to real estate.
Seems price over. Then I get it.
Yep. So they're over, or literally where the fish are. The fish are right here. Number two, well, we're getting closer. You got a couple fish swimming around there, and we can see that in the first 13 days, we'll know where we are. The market will tell us, it'll stream at us, whether it's through showings, offers, what have you. If it's a ghost hunt and it's crickets, it means we're right here. We're either we're fishing where there's no fish are, or we're not putting bait on it, one of the two. So then we need to go to the next step and get closer. And then number three is really where you want to be. You want people fighting over your house. When you think about an auction atmosphere, have you seen auctions on TV
Yes,
or anything like that?
I see some stories before.
Yeah, stuff like that. And typically with that, if only one person's bidding, what happens to that price? Yeah, it just sells below. What happens when you get 2, 3, and 4 people all wanting the same thing? What happens to the price? It goes up and it goes up dramatically. You're absolutely right. So that's what we want. We want to be right at where the market value is, slightly below and possibly generate better offers, and multiple offers, which is that's the situation is the best for everybody. Absolutely. Right? Okay. So we are in Pasco County, in the, let's just say the west of the Chapel area. So in addition to the current homes that are currently on the market, we have new construction literally a mile away. So here's some of the things that those folks are doing. And with the builders, they're spreading out their discounts, their rebates over hundreds, if not thousands of homes. We have one. So putting your best foot forward when we're competing against an interest rate of 3.875, okay? Plus they're paying all closing costs. So that's going to be about $12,000 to $15,000.
Can we even compete with this?
Yes, we can. Absolutely.
I'm not trying to give away my house.
No.
It seems like a lot of money there, you know. The incentive.
It can seem that way, definitely. So it really is going to come down to where we fish.
Okay.
So generally for new construction, and I appreciate your concern, and it's my goal to put as much money in your pocket as possible. Okay. We're going to look at the scenarios through the comps. We're going to together and figure out where the market is. You're going to determine the price. You get to say yes or no to that price because it's something you pick. Okay? So if you feel that it's giving the house away and you say, I would like to wait, we're talking about one of the strategies that we started out with previously, whether it's renting or something like that. You're in control.
Yeah.
Okay? Are you good with that?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Okay, good. So I want to make sure we don't do anything that you're uncomfortable.
I just see it's a lot of money, $10,000 for closing costs, extra $5,000, you know. I just want to make sure that I'm in the market to everybody.
Yep, and that'll come down to the pricing. And here's one thing, one advantage that you have that they don't. This is new construction. Okay, can I move it tomorrow? No, you move it to your house tomorrow. So when you have a motivated buyer out there that's getting transferred and they're starting their job in 45 days, they need a house right now. Yes. So that's a huge advantage that these guys don't have.
Okay.
Additional tips to the home. So once we get the listing signed at the end, this is when I will actually do these steps with my client. We do review stuff like this now. So like on this picture, Adam, the picture on the left is how most of us live. If you saw my closet now, it probably looks pretty similar to this.
Yes.
This is what people want. It's the dream. Okay? This is reality, this is the dream. So part of what we're doing is we're selling this. So the one on the left, all you got to do is take half the clothes out and put your shirts all together with proper colors and everything. And you think about this. The one on the left might look like TJ Maxx. Okay? Everything's stuck together. You take one out, 3 things fall. The other one is like Nordstrom, two very different shopping experiences, okay? So I like to say that the one on the right, you can put a finger between each hanger. Is that realistic? Look what you're selling the house if you want to sell it. Sell the dream. So that's part of the things that we're gonna do. We're gonna walk around, we're gonna make some suggestions, and a lot of those suggestions that we make won't cost you a dime. Okay? We will give some suggestions that will cost a few dollars. Those are gonna be completely optional. We can do a lot with just simply packing some things up, decluttering, and you're gonna have to pack it anyway. You're gonna be moving it. So we might as well put our best foot forward and keep it. So that applies to some of the stuff that's outside. Same sidewalk on the bottom there. Did it cost anything? No, it didn't. There's a little time and effort doing now before it gets any hotter outside. But there's a huge difference in perception of curb appeal between those two. So any comments, questions before we move into comps? So I pulled the comps, actually pulled the comps from my house.
Okay.
So what I do is I've got pictures here of your house, and then I've selected 2 properties that are currently for sale, 2 that are pending, and then 5 that have sold. So we've made notes. So I've made notes, and we can see this one right here. This one sold. How many days on market was it?
175 days.
Okay. Do you want to do this for 175 days?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Where do you think they were going?
In the level 1 area.
Where there was no fish. Absolutely. So these guys sold in 12 days.
Okay.
Where do you think they were fishing?
Right where we need to be at.
Right where we need to be at. So we can look lower into the one that was on 175 days, and I pulled that up.
Okay.
And here's the data. 13 days is the average.
Okay.
Okay? And you have no price reduction, you price it right, you're fishing at level 3, 13 days and we'll be under contract.
Let's listen.
Yes.
Okay.
The 50 time frame?
Absolutely.
Okay. If you've got price reductions, you've got to chase the market. See that number right there? 106 days. That sounds painful to me. I don't know about you, but I'd rather get this done in 13 days and we're good to go, get you moving to where you want to be. So if we take a look at this house right here, that was 76 days, and look at the price history, you can see where they started here, and you see all these price reductions.
Yes.
Once they hit the right price, and they nailed it, you can see it was under contract in 10 days after.
Okay. So once they got to the right price.
Once they got to the right price. Exactly. Pricing is the key. It is absolutely the key.
Do you think the agent could have just not marketed it that well? And that's why it could not have sold?
So that's a possibility. That's always a possibility. But what is it, my question would be is, at this price, when it went under contract, did the agent do anything different?
We don't know.
We don't know. But I'm gonna have to say it was more driven with that price.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna have to say that agent was probably working their butt off at the beginning especially, because everybody's excited at that point, they're, looking houses, and we can go look at everybody. They're probably working their butts off at the beginning, rather than more at the end.
Gotcha.
So, again, everybody's excited.
Mhm.
So, we've got these, we went through all the competition in terms of active, we went through the pending, and we went through the sold. And we're, based on that, and we look at the pictures, which home do you feel most closely mirrors yours in terms of size with condition and fit and finish. This one right here? Okay. So, and that one was on the market for how many days? 12, okay. So I would agree with you, I think that was really solid. And what was that listed for? $750. Okay. This one sold 2 months ago, so very close to the time frame we're at right now. Are you comfortable with that $750 price?
I wanted a little bit more than that.
Okay.
Can we try higher than that?
We can do anything you want.
I wanted to sell at the same time, John. I want you to feel confident.
Are you comfortable with 175?
No, I don't want to wait that long. I want to get higher price, but I don't want to wait that long.
Okay. So, which one's more important to you? The number of days or the price?
Well, this is a second home for me, so I don't want to have it sitting on the market because I'm carrying costs on this. If it sits on the market for another 6 months, I have to put tenants inside because I can't afford to this property.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So,
and at the same time, I don't want to lose out on my investment.
yeah, we're trying to maximize it, right?
Absolutely.
I'd rather put the money in your pocket. So, instead of going for 750, what were you thinking?
So try 765.
765? Okay. So, at 765, and let's say it sits for 175 days, about how many months is that? About 6 months. You got carrying costs of how much a month? 5,000? Okay. So if it sits for 6 months, it's $30,000, which is now $735. So my recommendation would be, here, it's simply based on what you're saying, the numbers sound like that. I understand that you want a higher number.
Yeah.
I think we've got a better chance of getting a higher number, being right where we need to be, plus mitigating the risk of going up by $15,000 just for 3 months to tax your income. Now the property has been out there for 3 months, and it might be getting taxed over.
You think we should leave the room for negotiation because if we price at 750, I also want to sell at 750. So should we price a little higher? Just leave room for negotiation.
So the auction scenario we're talking about, so you're in a better position to negotiate when it's right on or you've got multiple offers. So if you're the only person offering on my house and you do inspections and you come with a laundry list of X number of dollars, well, you're all I got, okay? So I'm going to try and negotiate that the best I can. What happens if you make that offer on my house, and I've got a backup over here too. You make some crazy list, what am I gonna tell you? Potentially go down. Take it, leave it, here's a smaller number, but I've got options. 750, I think, good job. So,
Yeah, well, I can't sell below that. That would be like my bottom number.
okay.
You feel confident with that?
Based on the data, show me something else that has been done in 12 days. We've got the data over here from the chart masters as well. But from everything we've seen, do you feel confident?
Yeah, if I could get 750 sales price, I would do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would agree with you.
absolutely. May I ask how much you charge for that after all? What would be in my pocket?
So that's a good question. So my professional fee is only 3%,
Okay.
and I take care of all the posts.
All commissions are negotiable.
Yeah.
Just saying, for everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks for the interjection, honey.
Sorry, got it in the moment.
Serious production.
So
And are you?
I choose, my professional fee is extra in.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
but I lay out the money for the photos and just everything else. Any open houses, I take care of all that.
Is there any upfront cost to me?
Upfront cost to you is 0. Yeah, I don't charge my clients any upfront costs. You've got enough, you've got to buy some boxes and packing tape and all these different things, you've got enough to worry
I
about.
appreciate that.
You put me to work, I take care of everything else on this side.
How much time do you need on this?
In terms of
Yeah, home sold.
saving your home
Yeah,
sold?
won't be citizen.
So, that's a great question. So here's the listing agreement here, because we do have a couple of big decisions to make. So we've already told me that $750 was the price, that's great. We're
Can I stop you really quick?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so as a seller, I'm still wondering what is my net at the end of it? You provide a net sheet at that point? Say
Yes.
Okay, so you do with
Yep.
title fees and everything like that?
Yep.
Okay,
So I would do that after we're talking about this.
okay.
Because we haven't determined if we're offering any buyer's agent compensation yet.
Got it.
So that's a great question. So, I'll schedule pictures, once we sign today, I'll schedule pictures, it'll probably be next week, is that going to be too soon for you?
No, that should be great.
So I'm gonna put it in an office exclusive, it's not gonna go out and start showing until you give me the green light. So when you say, Tom, I'm ready, let's go, that's when we're gonna do that. One of the, besides the price, the biggest question I have for you right now is, do you want to proactively offer anything to the buyer's agents?
Is there any incentive by proactively doing that?
That's a great question. So you've got two different scenarios. I think about if you're offering something proactively, think of it as like marketing dollars, and you're incentivizing that agent to bring their clients over and potentially make an offer.
So we could market the commission to bring people over?
So you can market that. We can't put it on MLS, but we have different ways we can do direct emails and stuff like that. And then whenever somebody's requesting to show the house, what I'll do is I'll call them, see if they've got any questions, and let them know what we're offering proactively.
And what would be the other option? Just
So,
now?
so the other option is to not offer anything upfront. So, as we've talked about, everybody has to sign a buyer's agency agreement, or an exclusive buyer broker agreement. When they have that conversation with their client, they have to fill in the blank of X demands that both parties have agreed upon. So you have some agents that are worth more than others, just as frankly as we can say. And some agents will put a wide, each agent can determine whatever fill in the blank they want to do. So if we offer X number and they got lower, why would we advertise lower? Maybe it's higher. We simply don't know. Some of my clients will go with the nothing being offered. When that agent calls me and asks me what's being offered up front, my response would be something along the lines of, what do you need from your agreement?
And what do you suggest we should offer it upfront or just wait till 8?
If I'm selling I just sold 2 houses, we didn't offer anything. So when that agent calls me, I said, what do you need? No matter what they say, I say, great. Give me an offer that I can take to Adam, and that'll motivate Adam to sign and say, let's do the deal. It's really not about what the number they're asking for, it's what they're going to get to see. Well, that is the most, they check you cash is the important one. So, which one do you feel more comfortable with?
Let's do it after.
Afterwards? Yeah. Okay. And you feel comfortable with how I would talk to them? And their thoughts?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say I would definitely like to keep as much money in my pocket as possible, so let's
Absolutely.
not give away too much.
Well, here's the thing, that's up to you. We're going to review the offers together. You can either accept, reject, or count. If it's your home, you get to make that decision. So if you're going to put your initials right there, 4 copies, press hard. So typically, I will fill out a lot of the information here. I'll always highlight where the seller's initials go and signatures and all that kind of stuff, because I don't want to be looking at it at the table. It's much easier just to tell them. Here's the net sheet. So here's the different price levels we've selected. We selected this price right here. So here's the estimated proceeds. So this doesn't include any taxes and just anything else. What this has is my professional fee, the assumption, like we talked about, of having to take something extra to the other agent. Could be a little bit higher, could be a little bit lower, but again, it just gives you a pulse, and about 2% improvement costs. Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
All right, great job, guys. So before we talk about our sponsors, great job. Any questions for these gentlemen? Oh, here we go. How about it?
Hello.
Tom, on your listing presentation, do you send postcards on every listing of just listed and just sold?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I don't know, well, the company does too.
Yeah, yes, we do.
And also, do you guys?
My assistant does that.
Nice. Also, do you provide a gift, do you do a gift card drawing at every open house?
Not everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, not everyone, but it definitely incentivizes, especially the neighbors. If you tell the neighbors, okay, we're doing a $50 Home Depot gift card or what have you, and it's for the neighbors from 10 to 11. So it helps get people through the door. It gives you a reason to give something away and get you out there and actually door knock like we should.
10 to 11 during the open house, or 10 to 11 before?
Yes. It's classified as VIP, but if some stranger walks in and they want to buy the house, come on through.
And that's the last question. Do you send a pre-listing packet?
I do not. I should. I want to. But I haven't done it.
Two quick questions. One, when you were talking about comps, what were you showing, a printout of the MLS for each individual house that was pertinent to the conversation?
So
you had two pending, 2 sold, like 5 actives. Did you print out all those?
So you can do it any way you want to. What I was showing here was RPR, which is right in your matrix. We used to have some people like Cloud MLS, or Cloud CMA.
They had Cloud, and then they took it away from us.
Cloud was amazing. So, but either one you can do it. I've done it exactly what you're saying too.
Okay.
I've printed them out from the MLS and simply flipped through. And the one you want them to focus on, you just wait a little bit longer. This one right here. And yeah, that's.
Okay, cool, thank you. And the question 2 was, it seems like you went into it kind of knowing that 750 was the price that you were going to recommend. Was the net sheet already filled out with that price? You went in with that net sheet of 750 and explained that on site?
That's what I mean,
Okay.
as you're doing your comps, you're gonna know. Unless it's some unusual property, you're gonna have that feeling of, I really want to be at this price. My net sheet is filled out with parameters, a little bit higher, a little bit lower, just to simply account for my seller here.
So you may go there with multiple,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say.
One
low kind of thing?
No, good question. So on this sheet, there's just 3 different prices. I've got my target is in the middle, and then I've got a little bit lower, a little bit higher,
Okay.
and that's it. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I had a situation where the price was listed and then I got a very low ball offer.
Yeah.
So the seller counter offered, and then there was the buyer made another counter offer, but on the wording it was final offer. That's it. So my question is, was that appropriate for the final offer, or should I still have come back a little higher? What do you suggest?
So the buyer or the seller can put whatever they want in terms of, oh, this is my last offer. Doesn't mean you can't counter back. Yeah, there's certain rules to the game. That one is wide open. You can do, what does my buyer or seller want me to do as their fiduciary, is the question.
So you might lose the deal if they say, like if you counter offer, and they have to finish in, that's my final one, but it's still a little low ball.
Might lose it anyway. What does your buyer or seller want you to do?
At the end of the day, it's
Yeah.
always gonna come down to your client.
Yep. They're giving us direction. We might not always agree with it, but as long as it's legal and ethical, we're gonna do it. Yeah.
How high and how low are you going to less of the price or?
Good question. Depends on the price of the house. And
You slide into
where,
a master.
you can, Honey can say this, and The higher the price of the house, you might be talking $75,000 swings up or down. If you're talking a $200,000 house, you're probably talking 10,000 up or down. So it really depends on the price of the house. What I did on this one specifically is if it's at 750, I did 15,000 either way. Kept it fairly tight. I just saw somebody else over here. Yeah.
Tom, is there a reason why you didn't bring leverage into it when you were adjusting the price?
I didn't bring what?
Leverage, the effect of the estimate for appraisal, leverage of an appraisal.
Other than not remembering, no.
Oh, I thought there was a new rule you couldn't talk about it.
No, that's a great one too, because yeah, somebody could give you $1 million for your house unless they're paying cash. But if they're financing it, it's actually got to appraise. So it's not going, we both know it's not going to appraise at $1 million.
Cash buyers aren't dumb.
What's that?
They're not dumb. Cash buyers aren't dumb. They pay the price, right?
Exactly.
So I really like how you leverage the single agent versus transaction broker in the beginning. It's common sense for us and it's, it's second nature, but for most people, and especially in family reunion, they talk about spelling out exactly what you do. Okay, we do
Yeah.
marketing. What exactly is that? The picture is professional, right? So that you really stress the difference between single agent and transaction broker. I think is a really good way to start.
So you think about who else in all of your lives is acting as your fiduciary? What other professions, careers?
A doctor.
Doctor, lawyer, accountant, all these different things. Well, those are things that Adam might be using as well. Make the connection. Make the connection. Just like your lawyer has a confidentiality, so do I. So
Last question, Carcom.
Just to piggyback off what Osmar said, I think that always, whether it's a buyer's consult or a listing, having that like long, easy runway into the presentation and going over agency is kind of an easy way for you to kind of gain some rapport and explain how you represent them and how it's different from maybe someone else. And they may be listening more down the line.
And just most folks we'll deal with have bought or sold a house. When you ask that question, did your previous agent review agency with you? The answer is probably going to be, unless they're a KW Tampa Properties family agent. You now can, there's a huge separation between that agent as well as everybody else out there that they've ever dealt with because they've never heard this before 99% of the time. So use it to your advantage.
All right, Tom will probably stick around, so if you got any other questions, he's going to be here. We're going to get ready for lunch.
Thanks.
Tom, Adam, thank you so much. Our sponsors today, thank you. Our featured sponsors.